just saw...
I have pool hair.
Wink.
You ruined the intro. So we just saw Blue Over the Wall. And by just saw, I mean maybe 4 or 5 months ago.
Was it really months?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think I have a lot to say about this movie, which is strange because this is probably one of the lesser known movies we're going to be covering in these videos, which means that you guys probably want to know as many details as you can hear. But there's really not that much to say about this movie. So, would you like to go over the plot?
But remember, I forget this movie.
Okay. Blue Over the Wall is about a loner boy who lives with his dad in a fishing town. In the fishing town, there's this legend that, like, there's mermaids afoot. Their mom is out of the picture. They kind of hint that she's left for the big city to become a big idol, but they don't really, like, talk about her. He's making music for, like, their YouTube stand-in, and then these two classmates recognize him from those videos and kind of bug him to join their really terrible band. And they're playing in a band together, and then a mermaid shows up, and the mermaid has a really good singing voice, so they kind of commandeer the mermaid. Are you impressed that I remember this well? Yeah,
pretty much, because now it's all coming back to me. She's drawn in by the music that the young boy plays.
Yes, she's attracted to the music. And then she starts singing, like, showing them this under-the-sea world with all these other mermaids, all these other fish creatures. They start to abuse her. They have a falling out. You can pretty much guess the rest of the movie.
Except no, because this movie just keeps tumbleweeding forever.
I liked this movie. I wouldn't say it's very good. I don't even know if I would say it's good, but I liked it. And you did not. Would you like to talk about why you didn't like this movie?
Yeah, because I didn't hate it, but I really don't care for it very much because it's a simple plot. The characters don't really draw you in any more than other characters already have. And it just takes so long to tell you a story about how he abuses the mermaid, she gets upset, and then they reunite in the end.
It is a pretty generic story.
There are some cool details, but there isn't anything in the way it's done that makes it worth that much of my time.
I was ultimately disappointed by the story because it starts out really promising. I really like the aspects of the movie, which was about them, like, in the band with the mermaid, and I thought if they had run with that, they would have had a much more original movie on their hands. It kind of just stops being that, and then it turns into this weird mix of Beauty and the Beast and the last act of Your Name, where the kids have to save the town from this curse that the mermaids brought on, and it's just like... It seems like they were trying to appeal to what was popular versus using what they had already set up.
Yeah, I do agree. I feel like the beginning was paced well and interesting, and I was excited to see where it went, and then something changed.
It was just stuff we had already seen.
Yeah.
In other movies.
Also, the music is not really that amazing.
I liked the kids' music, but everything else was just blech.
I really didn't like the mermaid. Like, I usually like the cute character, like Kiki's cat. I'm like, oh,
Are you sure it wasn't because the mermaid's voice was so ungodly loud?
Well, that was a huge part of it. She was like, I didn't really like the way, like, her physical behavior and reactions because she couldn't communicate well. And I really didn't like the way she looked. She wasn't a very attractive mermaid. It didn't pull at my heartstrings. Do you think
mermaids need to be attractive? She's like a child. Like a toddler.
Yeah, but she had nothing going on, and they were trying to make it like, she's cute, she's
I think
innocent.
That part of the movie they kind of took from Ponyo.
It was annoying.
Which is already a really bad movie.
You shouldn't have said that. We're gonna make enemies now.
That's okay. It just means more people will watch these videos.
Yeah, but Ponyo is the worst movie of all of the Ghibli movies.
So the things that I really liked about this movie, the animation, first and foremost, was... I don't want to say beautiful, because it was very, like, jagged, and it wasn't clean at all, but I really liked it. I liked the style, and I really liked... There were lots of moments where the animation would just become so exaggerated and, like, bulbous. It was... I've never really seen it something like that before. Like, there'd be these shots that were just such strange perspectives, and those alone kept me invested in the movie, like, waiting for something that visually interesting to spring up again. And unlike you, I really liked the character designs. They did a really good job. I loved her dad a lot. He's just like this big fish in like a business suit.
He was cool, okay, he was cool. And I agree with you, because I do think that a lot of these movies are all done in the exact same style, and this person did a great job of creating a flair in how they animated and drew everything, but that isn't enough to save a boring story with bad characters.
I like that it was about mermaids. You don't really get that anymore. I liked it did a really good job at world building, which is something that a lot of movies, I feel like, do poorly with. Like, it's not like, this was our past, and this is the thing that used to happen. I don't know what happened. It's just, like, comes up in normal conversation and seems natural. Now, on the flip side of the writing, there's a lot of stuff that just kind of happens in the third act that was not set up very well. I think that's about it.
I would not recommend. Not even for kids. Meh.
I would recommend it, because there are significantly worse movies that you could watch with your children.
That's true.
If you're just looking for passive entertainment, this would be my go-to over something like Sherlock Gnomes.
Should we give it a stamp of approval then?
Because
because
somebody involved in this movie actually cared, and whether or not that remained true throughout the whole production, seeing as how it tried to appeal to, like, something it didn't start out with, I still think it's there.
I wouldn't watch this movie again, but
Oh, I would.
I would watch something else that these people created.
I would definitely. I think that's about all we have to say about this one.
Good night. So long. Farewell.
You
And let
can't
your
s- you
dreams
can't
come true.
sing that,
Okay.
or else we'll get a copyright strike. Then we'll have to start over from ground zero. Goodbye!